Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube lands, this is going to be a very awkward video. I definitely should have talked about this earlier, but my whole intention of this was so that we could negate going into core hell. Now, what is core hell, you ask? Core hell is basically being at the point in which you have characters that can be dummy linked, but you do not have the dummy cores to support their dummy links. Now, I will say this, early on, a lot of people, even myself, have been in core hell. Some may say that it's even a rite of passage into a girl's frontline. It's definitely something that, when you're in core hell, you're like, oh, this sucks so much. I wish I could just power up my characters and dummy link them. Ugh, I need cores. Ugh. That's definitely how it feels like. And let me tell y'all this. When I started 02 on my main account, I was never in core hell. I'm 9400 runs into 02, okay? And I just got back into core hell because I crafted too many fairies, okay? So you definitely want to be careful with your crafting and with your dummy cores, okay? Your dummy cores are super important. Now, plain and simple, I already explained what core hell is. I want to talk about how we get out of core hell. So this is going to be a really weirdly placed video, but this is going to talk about episode 7, even though this is posted like earlier than episode 7. So this is a really awkward episode, but basically in episode 7, I talk about that we are able to farm in 4-3 emergency. Being able to farm there, that is the first place where we will get a few scraps. We might get a little breadcrumbs. We might get a little some, a little snack. It definitely isn't going to be core heaven, that is 02, but we'll get a little some here and there. So that is definitely grinding that as much as you possibly can is definitely going to help us in getting more cores so that we can satiate our hunger for cores. If you don't do that, you can always, do some pulls. Now, the cheapest pulls that I could think of is this right here, 130, 130, 130, 30. This is going to typically yield more handguns. However, getting the 3-star handguns, 4-star handguns, it's not too bad. But if you're in a pinch and you can't play as much, doing this is definitely going to help potentially get more cores. If there are any 3-stars or 4-star characters that you are not using, or maybe even 5-star characters that you are not using, or if you're referring to the video that I made about who you should scrap or who you should save, then you can always get rid of those T-dolls and you can actually get them back by spending cores. But early on, there are a bunch of T-dolls that we don't really need or won't use early on. So scrapping them definitely won't hurt us so we can get more cores. Everything about core hell revolves around high star rarity with low core income. If we can balance that out and say, hey, I'm going to use like maybe only 1 5-star, or maybe like 1 5-star, 2 3-stars, and like 2 4-stars, then we've brought up like a super high rarity with a low income, and we've brought that down to where instead of like completely emerged in core hell, maybe we're only like chest high in core hell. If we can go 1 5-star, 2 4-stars, a 3-star, and a 2-star, we're going even further down. So that is always going to be really nice for us. So just depending on how your team composition looks can further push you head deep or head first into core hell, or it can actually just say, yo, I'm going to be at waist deep at core hell. It's not as bad as I thought it was. For me, currently on this account that I'm leveling up, just because I know about these things, and again, my apologies, I should have said this earlier, I made sure to save a bunch of cores so that way, my 4-star, SOP mod, M4A1, M16, these characters are going to be good. They will be safe against core hell. So please, 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 please heed my warning. Do not worry about star rarity. It is not as important as it is in other gacha games. The star rarity right now in the early game will actually hurt you more than it will help you. Hence why I have a bunch of, I got 2 5-stars and I got 2 4-stars that ain't even going to get dummy linked anymore. So please be careful going into core hell. It is something you want to avoid if at all possible. If you've been following the tutorial to 02 series, the way that I'm setting everything up is to make sure that we don't even we're not head first, we're not diving head deep. If anything, I want to make sure our head is at least still above water in core hell, and then we can try and negate that by saying, yo, hey, right now I got this character, yo, I'm gonna bring it down, I'm gonna bring it down, I'm gonna bring it down. I don't want us to be completely immersed in core hell. I'd like for us to be at least, neck, head deep, no more than that. So if you've been following it, I hope that you aren't in core hell. But like I said, if you are, I will take some of the blame, because this video definitely should have been much earlier in the series, and I do apologize for that. So if there is anything that I can help you with, please feel free to hit me up on Discord, or you can join my Twitch streams that I do stream kind of later in the nighttime, going into the early morning at twitch.tv/Tuglow. If you haven't followed me there, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'll try to help as many people that ask me for it. And please give me at least 24 hours to reply, so that way, whether it be my weird sleep schedule or what have you, I will always reply to everything that I can to help as many people as I possibly can. I do want to say good luck in your farming. Be sure to have, whether it be movies, YouTube videos, or other streams, pulled up, so that way your farming goes by much quicker and it's not as mentally taxing as I personally know that it can be. So guys, that is it for this video about core hell. Please try to avoid it, and don't forget that homework in the future video. I think episode 7. I don't know what I'm going to name this episode. Either which way, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to sub on YouTube, and hey, if you got that Amazon Prime, let me get you Twitch Prime on twitch.tv/Tuglow. I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Much love, God bless, and peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.